Listen closely. This Saturday, August 16th, marks one of the most profound cosmic alignments of the year for matters of the heart and soul connection. Venus, the planet governing love, attraction, and our deepest values, forms an exact trine with the north node of destiny in what astrologers call a portal moment for fated encounters. Venus currently moves through the nurturing waters of Cancer, the sign of home, family, and emotional security, while the North Node sits in mystical Pisces, the realm of spiritual connection and karmic completion. When these two celestial bodies align in perfect harmony through the trine aspect, they create what ancient astrologers called the golden thread of destiny, a cosmic pathway that brings souls together who are meant to walk the same journey. This is not your typical romantic forecast. We are speaking about something far more profound than casual dating or fleeting attraction. The Venus North Node trine in water signs creates the conditions for soul recognition, the moment when you meet someone and every cell in your body whispers that you have known them across lifetimes. Your nervous system relaxes in their presence as if coming home after a long journey. Conversation flows without effort. Silence feels comfortable rather than awkward, and there exists an inexplicable sense of safety and familiarity from the very first encounter. The timing of this alignment could not be more significant. Venus in Cancer seeks emotional nourishment, genuine intimacy, and connections that feel like family. This is the energy that draws us toward people who can hold space for our vulnerabilities, who offer the kind of love that heals old wounds rather than creating new ones. Cancer energy is maternal, protective, and deeply intuitive, which means the connections forming now will likely feel nurturing and emotionally fulfilling on levels you may not have experienced before. Meanwhile, the North Node in Pisces represents our collective spiritual evolution, the direction humanity is being called to grow. Pisces dissolves boundaries between self and other, individual and universal, creating space for the kind of love that transcends ego and personal agenda. When someone enters your life during this North Node in Pisces period, they often arrive as a spiritual catalyst, someone whose presence naturally elevates your consciousness and opens your heart to greater compassion and understanding. The trine aspect itself deserves special attention because it represents effortless flow, divine timing, and opportunities that unfold with surprising ease. Unlike challenging aspects that force growth through conflict or tension, the trine allows blessings to arrive through synchronicity and natural attraction. You might find yourself in the right place at the right time, drawn to events or locations where significant meetings occur, or discovering that someone special has been right in your social circle waiting for the perfect moment to be truly seen. Each zodiac sign will experience this Venus North Node trine differently based on where these planets activate your personal birth chart. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, may find that soulmate connections arrive through creative pursuits, spiritual practices, or while pursuing personal passions. The key for fire signs is to slow down enough to recognize the subtle emotional cues that signal a deeper connection beyond initial excitement or physical attraction. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, might encounter their destined person through practical circumstances, work environments, or while engaged in service to others. Your natural groundedness becomes magnetic during this transit, attracting partners who appreciate stability and genuine commitment. Pay attention to people who seem to understand your need for security, while also inspiring you to trust in something greater than material concerns. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, could meet significant others through intellectual or social channels, perhaps through friends, online connections, or community gatherings focused on humanitarian causes. Your gift for communication becomes a bridge for soul recognition. But remember that the deepest connections now will require moving beyond mental compatibility into emotional and spiritual intimacy. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are especially blessed during this alignment as both Venus and the North Node occupy your element. You may find that your intuitive abilities are heightened, allowing you to sense the spiritual significance of new people entering your life. Trust your emotional responses and psychic impressions, as they will guide you toward connections that nourish your soul's deepest needs. Now, I want to hear from you about your personal experience with this cosmic energy. In the comments below, share your zodiac sign and tell me if you have felt any unusual synchronicities or meaningful encounters in the past few days. Have you experienced that sense of instant recognition with someone new, or perhaps felt drawn to reach out to someone from your past? Your stories help our astrology community understand how these planetary influences manifest in real life. So please share what you are noticing as this Venus North Node trine unfolds. The signs that you are experiencing a fated encounter during this cosmic window extend beyond the initial moment of meeting. Soul connections carry specific energetic signatures that distinguish them from ordinary social interactions or even typical romantic attractions. Understanding these signs helps you recognize when the universe is orchestrating something significant in your love life. The first unmistakable sign is what astrologers call temporal distortion. When you are with this person, time seems to behave differently. Hours pass like minutes when you are together, yet simultaneously you feel as though you have known each other for years rather than days or weeks. This phenomenon occurs because soul connections operate outside linear time, accessing the eternal dimension where your spirits have been connected long before your physical meeting. Another powerful indicator is energetic resonance, which manifests as physical sensations in their presence. You might notice your heart rate synchronizing with theirs during conversation, or experience a warm, expansive feeling in your chest when they smile. Some people report tingling sensations, sudden emotional releases, or even temporary psychic phenomena like shared thoughts or dreams. These responses indicate that your energy fields are naturally harmonizing, creating the foundation for deep intimacy and understanding. Communication patterns also shift dramatically in fated encounters. You may find yourselves finishing each other's sentences, sharing unusual personal details without feeling vulnerable or exposed, or discovering uncanny similarities in your life experiences, values, and future visions. The conversation flows with unusual depth and authenticity, bypassing the typical small talk phase that characterizes most new relationships. Perhaps most significantly, fated encounters often trigger what psychologists call accelerated intimacy, but without the usual risks or red flags. While rushing into emotional or physical closeness typically indicates unhealthy attachment patterns, soul connections naturally deepen quickly because both people feel safe to be authentic from the beginning. There is no need for pretense, game playing, or strategic withholding, because both individuals recognize something sacred in the connection. The Venus North Node trine also activates what ancient astrologers called the remembrance factor. You may experience sudden insights about your own patterns in love, spontaneous healing of old romantic wounds, or clarity about what you truly need in partnership. This person's presence seems to awaken dormant parts of your heart and remind you of your capacity for profound love and connection. Environmental synchronicities frequently accompany these destined meetings. You might notice unusual animal behavior, meaningful songs playing at significant moments, or repeated number sequences that seem to validate the importance of the connection. Some people report changes in their dreams, increased intuitive abilities, or heightened sensitivity to energy and emotion during the period surrounding a fated encounter. The timing of your meeting often carries symbolic significance as well. Perhaps you encounter each other during a meaningful astrological transit, on a date that holds personal importance, or in a location that has special meaning for one or both of you. The universe tends to orchestrate fated meetings with poetic precision, creating circumstances that feel too meaningful to be mere coincidence. However, it is crucial to understand that fated encounters do not guarantee easy relationships or fairy tale endings. The North Node represents our spiritual curriculum, which often includes challenging lessons disguised as blessings. A soulmate connection might arrive to help you heal generational patterns, learn healthier relationship dynamics, or develop greater capacity for unconditional love. The intensity of the connection provides the motivation to do this deeper work together. Some fated encounters during this Venus North Node trine may be brief but transformative, arriving to shift your understanding of love or redirect your romantic trajectory rather than becoming long-term partnerships. Others may represent the beginning of lifelong companionship, but require patience and commitment as both individuals grow into the fullness of their connection. The key is learning to distinguish between ego desires and soul recognition. Your ego might want immediate commitment, constant contact, or specific outcomes from the connection. Your soul, however, recognizes that true love unfolds in divine timing and may require periods of separation, individual growth, or unconventional relationship structures to fully mature. During this cosmic window, pay special attention to people who inspire you to become more compassionate, creative, or spiritually aware. Venus in Cancer seeks connections that feel nurturing and emotionally safe, while the North Node in Pisces draws us toward relationships that dissolve ego boundaries and connect us to something greater than personal satisfaction. You might find yourself attracted to individuals who work in healing professions, creative fields, or spiritual practices. Artists, therapists, musicians, counselors, nurses, social workers, and others dedicated to service often carry the Piscean energy that resonates with the current North Node placement. Similarly, people with strong Cancer placements in their birth charts, or those who embody nurturing, family-oriented values, may feel especially magnetic during this Venus transit. The cosmic timing also favors reconnection with people from your past who may now be ready for a deeper relationship. Former friends, colleagues, or even brief romantic connections from earlier periods might resurface during this alignment, bringing new maturity and understanding to relationships that previously felt incomplete or premature. Geographic location can play a significant role in fated encounters during this water sign alignment. You may feel drawn to spend time near bodies of water, in your childhood neighborhood, or in spaces that evoke emotional memories and family connections. Cancer energy is associated with places that feel like home, while Pisces energy flows through locations with spiritual significance, artistic inspiration, or natural beauty. Dreams and meditation become especially important during this period as channels for receiving guidance about relationships and recognizing soul connections. Keep a journal by your bedside to record any romantic dreams, visions of future partnerships, or intuitive messages about people in your current social circle. The North Node in Pisces often communicates through the unconscious mind, offering glimpses of destined connections before they manifest in physical reality. Your own energetic preparation matters tremendously for attracting and recognizing fated encounters. Venus in Cancer responds to emotional authenticity, vulnerability, and genuine care for others. Focus on healing your own heart, releasing resentments from past relationships, and cultivating the nurturing qualities you wish to experience in partnership. The more you embody the love you seek, the more likely you are to attract someone operating at a similar vibration. Practice opening your heart in small ways throughout each day. Offer genuine compliments, express appreciation for people in your life, Engage in acts of service or creativity, and allow yourself to feel and express emotions rather than intellectualizing your experiences. Cancer energy is deeply feeling-oriented, and your capacity for emotional intimacy will determine your ability to recognize and receive the soul connections available during this transit. The North Node in Pisces also calls for spiritual preparation through practices that dissolve ego boundaries and connect you to universal love. Meditation, prayer, artistic expression, time in nature, and service to others all align you with Piscean energy and make you more receptive to destined encounters. Consider volunteering for causes that inspire compassion, attending spiritual gatherings, or participating in creative collaborations that bring you into contact with like-minded souls. Physical preparation involves caring for your body as a temple for love, while avoiding the trap of trying to attract others through superficial means. Venus in Cancer appreciates natural beauty, comfort, and nurturing self-care rather than artificial enhancement or desperate attempts to fit external standards of attractiveness. Focus on practices that make you feel healthy, comfortable, and authentically beautiful, rather than trying to become someone you think others will want. Trust becomes the ultimate spiritual practice during this Venus North Node trine. Trust that the right person will recognize your worth without convincing or pursuing. Trust that divine timing is orchestrating meetings more perfectly than your personal efforts could achieve. Trust that your heart's deepest desires for love and connection are being heard and answered by a universe that wants your happiness and spiritual growth. As this cosmic alignment reaches its peak intensity, remember that your primary relationship is always with yourself and the divine source of love that flows through all connections. The more deeply you connect with this internal wellspring of love, the more naturally you will attract and recognize others who are also connected to their own divine nature. Whether your fated encounter arrives as a romantic partner, spiritual friend, creative collaborator, or healing catalyst, receive it with gratitude and presence. Allow the connection to unfold naturally without forcing specific outcomes or timelines. Trust that whatever form love takes in your life during this sacred window, it is arriving in perfect alignment with your soul's highest good and evolutionary journey. The Venus North Node trine of August 16th offers each of us an opportunity to experience love as a spiritual practice, relationship as a path of awakening, and connection as a gateway to remembering our true nature. Open your heart, trust the process, and prepare to meet the love that has been seeking you across time and space.